Back here for the third and final match of the game is the Fort Lauderdale Fighting Squids, fresh off their upset victory over the New York Magpies, take on the North Carolina Tigers. If the Squids win, then they win this Eastern Regional 18s tournament. If the Tigers win, then it's going to come down to some mathematics. A draw, of course, favors the Squids. The Squids are, again, in their blue jumpers with the white shorts going from right to left on your camera or TV or, I guess, computer, whatever you're watching this on, phone, as the North Carolina Tigers in the black with the gold stripes. The third and final game of this tournament is underway. Ball in the air, knocked forward by Fort Lauderdale, and they're going to keep it going forward as if they were starting the second half of a full game. It's controlled there by the Squids. He's going to run back. He's going to kick that one in the direction of the full forward. It's going to bounce through, and I think it may have gone through for a goal. Well, there's no goal umpire over there, so it may have even missed everything. Nope, it's out of bounds. It'll be I think it'll be a throw. It'll be a boundary throw-in, and it is. As the ball comes spinning back in the play, again knocked down this time by North Carolina. They'll take a bounce and kick that one up on the wing position over on the forward side. Controlled again, and the Tigers have some room to maneuver on that wing position. He's caught, he's held, he's thrown down, and holding the ball is the call, and the Squids will get a free kick. About a minute of scoreless football gone, no score. As the Squids up on the far side kick that one up towards the forward line. They both go down in the heap. They keep going, do the Squids, as they kick that one in towards the Cuzner direction, and it goes awry, and that one finds the boundary line out of bounds. It's a boundary throw-in right in the shadow of the behind post in the Squids' forward pocket. And Fort Lauderdale, home team trying to take home the trophy here. They can do so with a win as the ball comes spinning back in the play, knocked backwards by North Carolina. The Squids are going to get to it now. There's a kick, there's a shot for goal. It sprays off to the right, and that's gone through for behind. First score of the game goes to Fort Lauderdale. It's 1-0. We played 90 seconds of football.
David Regan.
Yeah, Dave Regan.
Dave Regan's going to be really hard to get it past on the halfback flank here, Brian.
He is, Andy, and
I can speak from experience here.
Yes. By the way, the voice you're hearing is that of Mr. Andy Brennan, who, as you saw, kicked 7 goals in the opening game and played a very hard game in the second game here. Regan...
passing to him was sensational, though.
Yes, indeed. The ball's up on that far sideline here, and the ball's going out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw-in once again. Andy, what was it about the Squids? I mean, obviously, I know you guys were tired, but I mean, what were your thoughts on the Squids having been, I guess, on the business end of that game?
I mean, they started off really hard and fast and tackling really hard. It was really hard to get it past their. Oh, it just missed there.
Just missed, and
really hard to get it past their half back line. We talk about Dave, number 4
Regan,
for the Squids. Yeah. Their backline stood up really strongly.
And they seem to be doing so, or at least they haven't had the opportunity to do that here, as it's been all on the Squids forward 50 or another behind. It's 2-0 as we've played 3 minutes of football, and the Tigers will kick it out to the near side. The pack forms, and the mark is taken there, and by the halfback flank. So they'll settle down as the Tigers trying to get it onto their offensive side of the ball. It bounces right in front of number 15. That's Justin Plumley. The ball will find the boundary line out of bounds. The sun's starting to set. The shadows growing longer here. The final game of the day here at Central Broward Regional Park Stadium. It's a throw in on the near side right in front of our commentary position. Ball comes spinning back in the play. The pack forms.
Beautiful throw.
Forward. Yo, great throw in. Good form there. As a handball is on. Looked like that was Camilleri for North Carolina. It's they're down. It's a worm burner. Now they shovel it out of the back, and here comes North Carolina with their first chance. There's a chip pass over the top. Oh, good mark. Very good mark.
Grab.
Great grab there by number 84. That is Paul Duncan. So Duncan will go back. This is from about 40 meters out, give or take. It's a tough angle. This is going to be a centering ball. They go up for it. It's knocked free. Nobody got to it. And the Squid's able to get it on the last line of the fence. It's still in over there. And then now finally out for a throw-in. So the Tigers getting some good pressure here, Andy, and finally needing something to at least try and get on the board.
Yeah, they managed to penetrate the forward 50, and we've seen Dave up in the ruck there again.
Yeah,
he's really banging it forward.
He's moved. He was mostly in the back half, but he's been all over the place, especially in the last game when he came close to kicking a goal. Play on, says the umpire over there, as the ball is over on the half forward flank, and now running back with it. Here come the Squids. And broke a tackle nicely, and still looking for some of the middle. Now plays it over to the far side. This is a good passage of play by the Squids. It's a high rainbringer, and it's up off the hands. Oh, but right to the man. Not a very good kick. Ski jumped off the left boot and then punched forward by the fullback, even though he probably could have grabbed it. Here comes the man off it, and he scrapes it off the side of the boot. Didn't catch who that was for the Squids. It's out of bounds on the full. And, a bit of a helter-skelter play there, but. Good back and forth action through the first half of this first quarter.
You see how quickly they can bring it up the ground when it's all working for them. The Squids have got very good disposal coming through the middle.
Yeah, and we saw that, and unfortunately it came at your guys' expense. But we saw that where they set up a goal where they had 4 passes, and it almost looked like something that you guys would do. Ball goes out of bounds. It's a boundary throw, and I said it was very Magpie-like. Where they had just kicked four kicks and there were guys open all over the field.
Well, we know the whole competition's trying to emulate the Magpies, so it's.
Well, you guys are the ones everyone's chasing. Number one in the went after it and tripped over there. I was going to say you guys are the ones that everyone's chasing in the poll and also in the Premiership as well. So ball is tied up in the middle of the ground, and the umpire says it'll be a free kick going to the Tigers. They take it very quickly, just past the halfway point, as it's tipped forward. Oh, there's nobody back there for the Squids. Here's a kick towards goal. It's sprayed off to the left, and the question is it's question whether or not it got whether or not it got through, and it did get through for a behind. So it's 2-1 now, all minor scores as they kick it out to the near side. Oh, good! Went for the mark there, and he tries to soccer it on, and it's a whistle. And I think kicking in danger may be the call. A lot of soccering going on there. And they need to tell everyone that the World Cup ended a couple years ago, last year, I guess. But no, it's going to be a free kick to Peter Capozzello. Or rather, no, that's Justin Plumley, 15. As it kicks it in towards the middle,
Oh.
They went for the mark but didn't get it. You heard Andy's reaction. They kicked that one up in the middle, just over the man there. And now a handball running through the middle. He's got some room. He's going to have a bounce, have a step. Now kick that one inside 50. And it's all Tigers. But it's knocked down by someone from the Tigers there. Could have been tackling without the ball, but it wasn't. And it's now brought out and up, brings it back for the Squids. He had it, lost it, got it back. It's kicked up on the far side. That's going to go wide. The only question is whether it will bounce in the field play. In fact, it bounces back. And now the Tigers will have it. They got to bring it out. No, he didn't handle it cleanly. Down they go. It squirts out to the near side. Camilleri charging for it. It's going to find the boundary line and out of bounds.
Oh, that shadow is on the glass.
I'm sorry? Yeah.
No, sorry.
So we've got 4 minutes to go here in the opening term. All behind. It's 2-1 in favor of the Squids as the ball comes back in towards the boundary line, and it's gone out of bounds again. And,
I think that's a mark there, Brian.
They have actually been, well, it is a mark. Well, I can't see from here. You know that. I think after 3 games, everyone watching it has sort of figured that out. There is a mark for the Squids, though.
Great mark.
It is a very good mark. And the kick's going to be from about 60, so about 2 kicks to goal. The kick is up on the way. The pack forms underneath of it. It actually is going to reach it and kept off, punched away from the line. That's a great job. I didn't think it was going to have enough carry, but it turns out it did, and then the ball goes out of bounds. So boundary throw-in, and really, I mean, it's been back and forth. I mean, the Squids have had the possession, but really no team sieging the advantage so far, Andy.
It's a very even contest, and which is not surprising at all, given that North Carolina had a big break.
Yeah, it's been I would say about 2 hours or so since they last played footy. But you would think that Fort Lauderdale, they're coming in, even though they're tired, much like you guys were.
Yeah.
You know, they're still their heart rate is up and their blood is still warm. I guess it always helps when your blood is still warm. It means you're not dead. Meanwhile, over on the far side, it was taken down, and now the squids will come back toward it. It's kicked out towards the outer wing position, and the question is whether or not that was inbounds or out of bounds. The boundary umpire is going over there, which leads me to believe it'll be a boundary throw-in.
What was the temperature out there today, Brian?
High.
Did it hit the 90s?
I think the high was in the mid-80s, and I think the real feel was somewhere in the mid-90s.
Wow.
I feel like it's cooled down a little bit as it's gotten later, and the cloud cover's a little bit spread out more than it was. We had big, fluffy clouds earlier in the day. No rain, thankfully, and I think, I don't want to jinx us, but I think we may get away with not having any sprinkles as the ball goes down. Again, that's Fort Lauderdale with it. And moving forward, and almost getting it.
Throwing the ball,
And
I think
it is
he called
throwing
it.
the ball. Thank you. That's why we have two sets of eyes, and two of mine don't work. Kicks it up in the middle. Does North Carolina? It's tipped and caught, and here they go off to the races. Has a bounce.
Wow.
Has a bounce again. Runs the 50. Kicks that one low and straight, but out of bounds. It did catch the field of play before going out. It will be a boundary throw, and a very good result out of all of that, and I think a hard-earned one for North Carolina. With 90 seconds to go here in the opening turn, still 2-1 in favor of Fort Lauderdale as they get the ball down, and now they say play on, and the Squids are nurdling it forward. And picked up, they turn around and try to fire it, and it's smothered there. Again, the umpire says play on, and again, it looks like
it's a holding the ball.
It is holding a goal.
North Carolina 30 meters out.
Well,
wow.
This is the Tigers. They had a chance a little bit earlier. Here's the chance again. I'm trying to catch who that is on with the ball there. If you can get me a number, I'll get you a name.
I can't get a number.
Oh, it's too far out. But here's the kick. It'll come from about 40 meters out directly in front. Kick is up on the way. It looks good from here.
It's a brilliant goal.
And it is a great goal for the North Carolina Tigers. Sorry there, Andy. It's a Freudian slip there, but a great goal by the Tigers. They go on the 1-1-7. The Squids at two behinds, and maybe a turning point in the game. Who knows at this point?
It always feels good to get a goal just before you go into the quarter-time break too. Gives you a boost of confidence.
And coming up to about 10 seconds left, so the umpire is probably just going to have enough time to throw the ball in the air. There's going to be a couple of bumps and bruises, and then the siren's going to go. North Carolina, maybe. Nope, it's knocked backwards by the Squids. The siren should be going just about any moment, one would think, and indeed, there it is. So a bit of a back and forth. The Squids had the territorial position, but the Tigers were able to get that goal towards the end of the quarter to put their noses in front. We've played 12 minutes of football here in the final game of the day. Your score, it's the North Carolina Tigers, 1 goal, 1 behind, 7. The Squids, 2 behinds. You're watching the 2015 USAFL Eastern Regional 18s here on USAFL.com. North Carolina Tigers and the Fort Lauderdale Fighting Squids about to get underway with the Tigers holding a 7-2 lead as Tom Mills holds the spirit of this great game aloft, throws it in the air, and tells everyone to go get it. It's knocked out to the near side. The Squids win it out of the ruck. Oh, and a good mark right off the bat.
Great mark. Who's that? That's number 44.
44 for Fort Lauderdale. I don't have. We'll call that 84. That's Jesse Barnes.
Jesse Barnes. I think he played full-back in the last game.
He may have. That kick is short and a good defensive mark, and that's what you got to do as a fullback is prevent stuff like that. And a good job to get higher than Joe Cocker and take the mark. Out on the right side now, here is a handball up over the top for the Tigers, and they'll pull back. Now comes out, bootleg around, left foot, which is his right foot. Oh, that didn't take a very good bounce. It sat up for just about everyone. And now it'll roll out into the middle of the ground, into the center square, and it'll pop up out of it. And now the Tigers will go forward with it. Couldn't handle it cleanly. Still can't handle it cleanly, but it's going to be okay because it'll go to him as he tries to punch it forward. And now it moves back, try to go through it and can't. And now the Squids will come out with it with a couple of handballs. Left foot kick up on the left side there. And, a good mark. He embellished it a little bit, but it was still a good mark. Now he's going to turn around and look for a man. Can't find him. 2 Squids there. He's going to bootleg around. Right foot kick up on the way. Will it have the distance? No, it bounced back into the field of play. It was right there, and then it bounced maybe about a meter short of the goal, and then bounced back in front, and North Carolina breathes a sigh of relief, and then clears it out to the far side for a boundary throw. And Andy, you cannot get closer than that without scoring.
Very, very unlucky for the Squids there. Almost over the line, and I think number 94, who was...
It was Matt Davey.
Matt Davey.
It was Matt Davey, yeah.
He's having quite an impact across half forward here.
As opposed to Jack Davey. Hi-ho, everybody. Meanwhile, out in the middle of the park, as it's almost brought down by the Squids. Oh, there's a tackle. That should be holding the ball. It isn't. He released it. Play on, says the umpire. Let the record play. And now the Squids will take it back in center field. Throws it onto the right boot. The pack forms, and the mark is taken defensively again. That looked like 37, which is Tomislav Kodic. We were saying what a great footy name that was earlier in the first game. But now up on the far side... as they have it there, and it squirts forward, and now the Tigers gaining some advantage. That was a dangerous handball up over the top, not handled cleanly. Handled forward, knocked on by the Squids. The Squids have it. He just gets the kickoff before getting tackled. He fights away his man, and again the mark there taken again by that man, Matt Davey. And so Davey will go back and try to put his team in front with a straight kick. The mark was taken at about 35. The kick will come from about 45. So Davey with the slow walk up. The kick looks good. And in
straight
fact,
through the middle.
Is straight through the middle for a goal. And the Squids are back on top through Matt Davey. Hi-ho, everybody. 1-2 Fort Lauderdale. They have 8 points. 1-1-7 to the Tigers. And the Squids coming out very fresh at the start of this quarter, much like they did against you guys in the second game, Andy.
Looking very good early on in the second quarter, the Squids. If the camera works a bit shaky, I must apologise. It's my first time on the camera.
That's okay. We appreciate you doing it. By the way, in case anyone is wondering what happened to Dennis Ryan, he is out there playing somewhere for the North Carolina Tigers. He figured, I came all this way, I'm going to go get a run, and good on El Presidente for doing that. As the Tigers now rush it forward, they try to get something going as they try to tie this game up on the far side now. As that one is kicked inside 50 up on the forward pocket there. And it looks like it went down, and we have a ball up. It's either going to be a ball up or a throw-in out on that outer wing there. And it's going to be a ball in.
Throw it in.
It is going to be a throw-in, as we've played 4 minutes of this second quarter. Squids 8, Tigers 7. As the ball comes back in, it's moved forward now up on that far side. Still nothing going. Still they inch it forward, and it looks like the Squids got it out. The Tigers try and keep it back in. Hands to the back, no call. And now they'll run it out, will the Squids, trying to stiff arm, give them a don't argue, as you call it over in Australia. And we have a whistle. Let's see what the call is. It's going to be a free kick.
Going North Carolina's way.
Was it a throw?
I'm not sure what the initial call was.
But in any event, yeah, go ahead.
Is that 50 metres?
No.
He's brought him up.
Oh, he has brought him up.
It's a 50-metre penalty.
He has brought him up. Okay. Well, he started to.
Now that takes them within scoring range here, Brian. If they get one on the board now,
yep,
it's going to make things very interesting.
It will, and it will give the Tigers the lead. Now, we haven't figured out the percentages yet, but the Tigers would need a pretty big win here, I think, to make up their percentage. And of course, the Squids with that win, well, you would think they'd be in front even if they lose. The kick is up on the way. And it is
it's behind the stick.
It is behind the stick. So that equilibrates the scores. 1-2-8, each of 2. Scores are level with 6.5 minutes to go here in the first half as the sun's setting here in southeastern Florida, here at Central Broward Regional Park. Pretty good ground to play on, Andy, as I know you...
He's kicked it straight to the
North
Carolina.
He kicked it right there. Sorry about that. He's kicked it...
Kicked another point.
And it's another point. Well, hey, And we were talking about this, and you being a forward, I think can appreciate this. We were talking about it in the last game. Is that a mark of a good forward is that not only can you score, but play defense on those kick-ins. Very important to man up, and you get things like that that happen. So,
yeah, in fact, it's always really important to try and keep the ball in the forward line. And the little scrappers, the forward pockets and the half forward flankers, that's what they pride themselves on. It's scrapping away and always being there to tackle and keep it in.
Play continues now up on that far side as the Tigers have it going, or the Squids have it going forward. Kick out into the middle. Good job there by the forward pocket who came running in all the way from his position. The Crumb. They kick it out to the near side, looking for number 14. That's Glenn Parrish. Parrish will go back now. He's a little too far out to try for it. I would say he's about 50 meters out. The kick is on the way. It's going to fall short. It's a parachute ball. Crash boom operates. Squirts through, went off hands, and I think it would have gone out of bounds. I don't think it's gone through for a behind. In fact, it is going to be a throw-in, but another chance now for the Squids now, down 9-8 to take the lead. That's not a very good throw, and it comes straight out in front to Reagan, and Reagan may have sprayed that one too out into the quarry.
Yeah, he's put that through for a point, Reagan.
Yep.
That was an easy miss. You'd be disappointed with that.
It would be very disappointed with that, but it means that the scores are level again. 1-3-9 the Squids, 1-3-9 the Tigers. 4.5 minutes to go here in this first half.
Great mark.
Great mark right there.
Oop, they've held up play. I think he might have. Has he stepped over the line here?
I think he may have. No, they seem to be calling for it, which means, and if that's the case, it's going to be a ball up. You know, from here. It almost looks like they're doing that on just about every play. So it's a ball up straight in front. It's advantageous for the Squids, but the Tigers clear the danger there. That's a big win.
That's a great
good mark out
front.
on the outside. So now the Tigers will clear the Etch-a-Sketch and see what they can do here. Up on the far side, almost a mark, but they'll play on. Still forward with it are the Tigers, and the ball goes out of, nope, it squirts free. The Squids still have it. They roll it in off the ground. There's almost a mark. Now he'll kick that with his right foot. It's the packed forms, almost claimed by the Squids. The Tigers defender are able to get to it, and we have a whistle, and it's going to be a free kick right in front for the Squids.
I was about to say the Tigers' defense is really holding up here, but
then they commit that mistake.
All of a sudden, just plucked a free kick out. Must have nudged him.
So here now, the Squids will take the lead with any score. It's a line drive, and it appears to be a goal.
It's a goal.
Great job by the Squids. And you know what, Andy? Sometimes you get those free kicks, and sometimes it's just clearly a mistake by the defender. But sometimes you force the defender into those mistakes, and you really earn the goal in that respect.
Yeah, and by the time the balls come in 2 or 3 times in a row, it gets really hard for the defenders to keep on pushing it back out. That they get tired, and we saw that there.
Yep. So it's back to a 6-point lead for the Squids, and we have another infraction in the ball up.
There's a lot of ball-up infractions in this game. I think the umpires are hot on the...
Yeah, they're doing a lot of it, and it's the Squids that are going to get the free kick out of it. They lead 15-9. It's a goal to difference. Oh, good job to get away from his defender.
Reagan's such a big kick.
Wow.
That kick must have travelled at least 50 metres.
Yeah, I mean, he's been all over the place. I mean, he really, really has, I think, been the best. He was probably the best on the ground in the last game, and is doing it well. So here's a chance for the Squids to extend their lead as we come to the 2-minute mark of this 2 minutes to go here in the first half. The kick is up on the way. It is low, it is straight, and it's a goal. And the Squids are kicking away here over the North Carolina Tigers. 3-3-21 to 1-3-9 for North Carolina with a $1:45 to go here in the first half. Well, I'll tell you what, and you can say a lot, and Dennis and I were talking about it. I know you guys were tired, and I know that some of the guys, there are some good players that did not play in this tournament, Andy. But the Squids are actually, I think, really earning both of their first victory and at least the lead here in the second.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, and here they go again. That one is all alone. He's going to pick it up. He tries to pick it up cleanly.
That's a goal.
And he just got it, and it's a goal.
That's 3 in a row.
That is 3 goals in a row for the Squids. They are firing on all cylinders, and they have an 18-point lead. Fort Lauderdale 4-3-27. North Carolina 1-3-9.
Some very nifty work by the goal umpire there. He's managed to kick it back and wave the flags in one go.
Well, you got to learn how to multitask. But that's almost as nifty as the goal. But the Squids, they have a little bit of momentum. Can they seize it here? Can they take hold of this game as we have 40 seconds to go?
Another
infraction. I'm wondering what that is. I mean, we're sort of seeing that. I wonder if for whatever reason they have 5 men in the square and they're just not picking it up. 25 seconds to go. One last roll of the dice for Fort Lauderdale.
Look at that kick by Regan.
Great kick again by Regan out to the far side. They handle the ball inside 50. Kicks for goal. Oh, it's through his hands. Can he run onto it? No, it's still loose. Was that a kick?
Goal.
Yes. Wow. When things are going your way, they are really going your way. The halftime siren will go, and it ends with the Fort Lauderdale Fighting Squids kicking 4 goals in a row, and they have kicked away to a 24-point halftime lead. This game was 1-3 each, was tied at 9 just 6 minutes ago, and the Squids have surged in front with 4 goals in a row. 5-3-33 to the Tigers, 1-3-9. I think that pretty much sums it up. You have anything to add with that, Andy?
That's demoralising for the Tigers. That was 4 goals in 3 minutes, I think. Or maybe even less, 2 minutes.
Now, you've played both teams. The Tigers have what it takes to come back from this.
I certainly hope so. I certainly hope the second half is going to be really competitive here. I mean, the Squids will be tied from the last game as well, but that's really hard to come back from.
You would think so, especially the way they're playing. Well, we've got 2 more quarters of footy here at Central Broward Regional Park in the Eastern Regional 18s, and right now the Fort Lauderdale Fighting Squids have one hand on that trophy as they lead by 24 points. Again, 33-9. We'll have the second half of this game coming up when we come back. You're watching the 2015 USAFL Eastern Regional 18s here on USAFL.com. As the Fighting Squids have a 33-9 lead in our final game of this Eastern Regional 18s tournament. The teams are just getting in place for the second half. Brian Barish alongside Andy Brennan of the New York Magpies, who we saw earlier today, and
I think we're waiting on a goal umpire.
I think we are too. And I'll tell you what, though, we have to give our hats off to the folks here who have come down and volunteered to do boundary umpires, who've done goal umpires. Really not a hard job, but it's hard to get good people to do that. So I think we just are waiting for one on the northern, or we'll call that the Jacksonville side of the ground.
I hope that's not a couple of beers that we see the goal umpire there in his hand.
He's going to need at least one of those hands to signal goals with. So as he gets back down, as he goes out there, we'll remind you, you can watch, you can get full coverage of this and other things, scores and all that other good stuff on USAFL.com. And you can follow us on Twitter if you don't already, at USAFL1997. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/USAFL. As Millsy scratches his head, our goal umpire is in place. He is well lubricated. The siren goes, and the second half of this game is underway. And it's knocked forward by North Carolina again. And it looks like a big stack there. Throw a blanket over 20 players. No, everyone stood up, and now the umpire will come. No, I thought that was going to be a call there, and now there finally is. And I believe that's going to be a ball up, Andy.
Now, I think we might have an injury here.
Yeah, he's down.
The Tigers player is clutching something. Maybe he's just got some cramp.
Maybe.
Saw a lot of cramp in the last game. Yeah,
we saw that a lot, and we saw that I mean, it's it is hot out there, and we know these guys are playing a whole lot. As they take a bounce now. There's a left-footed kick in towards the goals. North Carolina needs something. Oh, knocked forward. He almost took the mark. He kicks that one off the ground, and it's going through for a minor score. It's number 22 for North Carolina. I guess it would help if I had my sheets here, and or it might have been 28. We'll call that Alex Klaus kicking that one through. So it's a behind. That takes them on to 1-4-10. As the Squids will bring it out through the middle. He's able to shake by one tackler. Now they get pushed around. Ball squirts out free. Play on, says the umpire. And now the Squids running on. Left foot kick in towards the full forward. He gets off his man and takes the mark.
That's a great mark. Now that's about the third or fourth time we've seen the Squids take it from end to end without North Carolina touching it.
And they did that a couple of times against you earlier on.
Really impressive.
Very impressive. So here's a chance to extend the lead. It's a 23-point lead. Here's the kick up on the way, and it's right down the middle, I do believe. Yep, that's a goal.
6 points.
6-3-39 Fort Lauderdale, 1-4-10 the Tigers. The Squids with a quick return, with a quick answer in return there. 2 minutes into the third quarter, and this is pretty much second verse, same as the first, it seems like.
Yeah, they've carried on well from. It's like they didn't have a halftime break.
It's almost like, yeah. It's, but you know what? In a way, they're like I said, they're coming in, full of momentum from their first game, whereas North Carolina was sitting around for the better part of about an hour and a half, 2 hours, waiting for this game, for the second game to complete. So North Carolina trailing by 19 as Fort Lauderdale tries to go forward with it. It looks like the ball is out of bounds over on the sideline, and it is. So a boundary throw in directly across from us. As we are in the third quarter.
You can see the shadows start to come over the ground from the stadium.
It is.
The sun must be dipping below the line.
There was hope that initially this was a 4-team tournament, and there was hope that the tournament would end under the lights. Well, that may or may not happen. Probably not, but because it's beautiful here under the lights. Meanwhile, North Carolina has got it forward. Here's a mark as the kick is from outside 50. Oh, almost got it. That's going to be off of hands, I do believe. Yep, one flag is waved. Very unlucky to not take the mark there, but it's a behind. So it's 11 points for the Tigers, 1-5-11. The Squids at 6-3-39. The margin is 27 points. Out to the far side, and I believe he took the mark there. He did, and a good job of linking up on the side from the Squids. Oh, no, it's still in, and it's still over there. Now it's out of bounds. All looks the same from here, Andy.
Now, for those watching at home who can't quite see the scope of the ground here, it really does remind you of the MCG.
A little bit. There's probably about 80,000 less people as the ball is down there, and the Squid's trying to get it out there, slapped forward by the defender there, and then he tries to soccer it on, swing and a miss, and now it comes out of the scrum there. There's a handball to no one in particular. He tries to pick it up, ends up falling down off the deck. There's a little shovel hand pass. It goes on through there. The number 15 there, that's Justin Plumley, and then it comes back out, and it's through for a behind.
But yeah, the surface is without doubt one of the best grounds in North America.
It is, and we were talking about that. I mean, there's passage where it's sandy, but other than that, it's still pretty good. There's a mark taken by the Squids. They're going to play on out into the center of the park, up over the top. Couldn't get it, but it's an advantageous bounce, and then it's picked up by the Tigers, and down he goes in a heap. Play on, says the umpire, and the Squids will kick that forward inside 50. Oh, that's a great kick. Couldn't handle it cleanly. If he can get by the defender, he'll be able to kick something. And, he's taken down. I don't think there's any prior opportunity, but he's missed it.
Not happy with himself.
Nope, I wouldn't be either. Again, Andy, as you were saying before, end-to-end action. This time it only yields 1 point, but the Squids really, really just able to matriculate the ball and really do well in transition.
I mean, the Squids coaching panel is going to be really impressed with this performance. They've come out here today, and it looks like they're going to go out of 2 wins, which is a great effort from the Squids.
Very, very much so. And this is a team that was the number 1 seed in Division 3, or the number 2 overall seed. They go for the mark, a whole bunch of them, and everyone's down mushroom farming will have a a ball up. They were the number 1 seed. Unfortunately, they brought kind of a skeleton crew to Dublin last year. They lost all 3 of their games. A lot of people were tipping it would be them and the Philadelphia Hawks vying for that spot in the grand final, and the Hawks went 3-0 that weekend to win it. Meanwhile, just got to it, but the Tigers defender able to tackle him.
Holding the ball.
And it is, in fact, holding the ball. I guess they deemed that there was prior opportunity, so it will be a chance to clear the lines now. That's a big kick up the left side, and takes a bounce, and that's a good mark. Before there was no bounce because it was a mark. So he has a man up on the left side. He's going to overshoot him, and it's kept in by the Squids. A good job of running. And again, we talk about transition. And the ball is over on the outer over there, and it's out of bounds, and another boundary throw in. This stadium, by the way, there's about 5,000 seats, and you can see the berm there behind the fence. This berm, that's grass seating. They say about another 10 to 15,000 people. I don't imagine for something like this they could squeeze 20,000 in here, but there is a lot of real estate over there for places for people to watch, and really kind of a laid-back environment. As the ball is over there. Go ahead, Andy.
It's almost like one of the old suburban grounds in Victoria where they used to, before that everyone plays on the MCG and Colonial Stadium, I think it's called now, but it really reminds me of one of those old suburban grounds with the hill where the supporters would sit out there and chant.
Nice mark over there by the player for the Tigers. We saw that a lot in the NAB Cup in the lead up to the AFL season. You see that a lot as the kick goes inside 50, and the mark is. Well, no, there was no mark.
Play on over the boundary line.
It is over the boundary line. The goal umpire is playing with his flags down there, and it's kind of throwing us off a little bit. But in any event, it's a boundary throw in. 40 plays 12. The Squids up again here. Tigers trying to get something going as they want to, at the very least, make the game respectable. As the ball comes in again over on the sideline. Oh, good snag there, and down he goes.
So I missed the action there. That was a great mark there taken by the bald. Can't see the number. He's got his socks up. Looks like an old Mill Hannah.
It may be. But there's a free kick now out of the... as the ball's up on the outer over there on the wing position. And we appreciate everyone at home bearing with us. It is a little difficult to see here, and it is getting dark. They are playing with that red ball, and now I know, Andy, why the AFL uses yellow ball for twilight games. But in any event, the ball's still over there. And now it looks like a free kick as everyone's moving back. It'll be a free kick to the Tigers. We have played... will be 8.5 minutes. We have a little under 3.5 to go here in quarter number 3. The Squids still up 40-12 as the action is sort of slowed down, but not out in front. As they go for it down in front, they battle for it. There's a tackle that could have been tackling without the ball. They're not going to call it, and the ball is tied up.
I thought he was going to pay a push in the back. He may have paid.
He may have paid it.
He has paid it. Either a push in the back or some sort of infringement after the ball went over the boundary line.
Yeah.
Now it's going North Carolina's way. The Tigers are about, 10 metres, 15 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Yep, and that's 52 Scott Bradley.
56.
56. Well, I don't have a 56, and that may have just...
he's missed it.
No, just off to the left.
Oh, hang on.
Nope.
Sorry.
Oh, no, he did go.
It's a goal.
Wait, it is a goal. Well, he had both of his flags in his hand. Well, that's a timely goal for North Carolina. They really needed one. That takes them to 2:6:18. Fort Lauderdale 6:4:40 with about little over 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It was starting out left, and from here it looked like it may have just caught inside, which in fact it did go inside the left goalpost. So
we were actually right behind it here, up in the grandstand, but we were both looking the wrong way.
Yeah, well. Tell you what, I mean, you've played all day, and I've been standing here all day. It's starting to take. Our day is almost done, my friend. As ball's up in the air once again, and this time Fort Lauderdale gets themselves going forward. Oh, there's a good tackle, but they just got the kick away. It's up in the air, and it's a good mark taken in the center of the ground. They're going to play on immediately to the guy running through. He had it, lost it. Now it is North Carolina with it. They tangle with it, and now the Squids pick it up. And they go back with it, do the Squids, and they try to kick it on forward. lost the ball for a second. Now it's out in the middle of the ground, and they will call for it.
I think the North Carolina ruckman's got it.
He does. There's the kick. And they go up for it, and it looks like it's marked on the outer there.
Great marks happening
Yes.
today, Brian.
Yes, on all games by the Magpies, in addition to the two teams out here today. And there's another mark, and the kick will come. The mark is about 45 meters out. We'll call this kick. The kick will come from about 50. With less than a minute to go, there's the kick. It's a short one. It's not handled cleanly. The Squids are able to pick it up. They kick it into the middle. They try and get it out of there. And now the Squids moving forward with it. They shakes by one man, can't shake by a second. And now it's going to come up to the near side. And it's popped up in the air. And the mark, I think, was either really easy or there was a call there.
He's given it to North Carolina.
He has, and there is, I checked to see if there was no time left. There's 25 seconds left. Oh,
That was a
mark.
beautiful kick.
It was a great kick and a great mark going back with the line of the ball. And that is Justin Plumley for North Carolina, who will try and kick this. This will be the last kick of the quarter, you would think. Kick is up on the way. It looks good from here, and it's a goal by Justin Plumley right before the siren. And the Tigers, who look dead in the water at halftime, have come back with 2 in a row at the end of the 3 quarters and have cut it down to a 16-point advantage. So the score at 3-quarter time, it's the Fort Lauderdale Fighting Squids 6-4-40 and the North Carolina Tigers 3-6-24. It's been a long day. There's 12 minutes left in it. One final quarter of footy. When we come back, you're watching the 2015 USAFL Eastern Regional Championships here on USAFL.com. In the air,
and that's another infraction.
Another infringement. Now, you mentioned something to me at halftime, and it is that this one looks like it's going the Tigers' way, or is it?
Yeah, it's going to the Tigers.
It's going to the Tigers. It went the Squids' way before, and they were able to get goals off at both times. There's a chip over the middle, and the mark is taken there, up at the top of the square, or at the top of the arc rather. So the kick is up towards as the leads are forthcoming. It just went over the lead there. Who's crumbing back there as the ball is taken down? And play on, says the umpire. It's over there in the corner. Oh, there's a big hit right in front of the goalposts. But looks like Fort Lauderdale was able to get it out. It's getting pretty dark here. The sun has gone behind clouds, and they're using that dark red ball. So it's getting a little bit harder to see from up here. But
we've actually got a few yellow balls on the boundary here.
Yeah, so why aren't we using those? I'm just saying. I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm just saying you could help your friends up here in the box by doing that. But anyway, the game's going on as it goes on across the way, and here comes Fort Lauderdale back in the other direction. The Fighting Squids doing just that. It goes back. It goes forth, and it looks like North Carolina. Now they go up for it.
Great mark.
Great mark over there by someone on the Squids.
I think that's Dave
Regan. Regan's been all over, and we are going to be giving out a best and fairest at the end. Oh, he's taken down, though, there, and that's got to be holding the ball.
What's he called there? Regan works at SeaWorld, from what I understand.
Really?
Playing with the Dolphins?
Yeah, well, hey, that'll do it. I mean, if you can I can just picture him, like, tackling dolphins. He's a big guy. He could probably do it. But they are slippery buggers. The end of all of that, though, is that the ball is now up in the middle of the field there as they go up for the mark. And he didn't get it as the ball goes out onto the outer over there. And
holding the ball.
That's got to be holding the ball. Ball! Yeah! Was that? I think that was what you guys were chanting at when you guys won in 2010, I believe. That was like your rally cry. All of a sudden,
the whistle.
Yeah, the whistle. Everybody go ball. Yeah. I guess you'd have to be there to appreciate it, but it was pretty awesome. And for a split second, I wished I was a New York Magpie.
And this was in the bars. We put to say.
Yes, we have to say that it happened afterwards as part of the celebrations. Meanwhile, back here in 2015, the ball is up on the sideline there. North Carolina.
Oh, what a mark!
What a great mark!
Courageous.
Very courageous. Oh. We've seen a few of those. I'll tell you what, there's been some great footy today, and we've seen a lot of really, really good things, some great passages of play, and we've also seen some great marks taken by all three sides. So here's a chance to cut down the lead. The kick is on the way. I believe it may have gone off to the right.
It's behind, I
And
believe.
it is a behind.
One flag.
One flag.
I must say this is not looking like a Division 3 team and a Division 4 team.
No, it isn't. Well, they're going to be both teams are going to be Division 3 next year. North Carolina winning Division 4. They've already indicated that it looks like they are going to move up. Of course, if you win the division, you have first right of refusal. The Squids put it back in play. The score is 40-25, by the way, as the Tigers now on 3-7.
Another mark there by the big.
By Regan.
No, it's the big ruckman for the Tigers.
By the Tigers, yeah.
Can't remember his name.
That guy. And the kick is up on the way inside 50. The pack forms underneath of it over on the sideline. And it may have gone out on the full.
I mean, it's super impressive for North Carolina to bring such a competitive squad down to all the way to Florida.
Yeah, they have, and normally, the last couple of years they've had issues with traveling numbers, but they do have enough. They do have enough here to make a full side, and they've really put on a good performance today. Even in defeat in the first game, and they are still trailing by 15 points here with just under 8 minutes to go in the ball game, as the ball is up on that far side over there, and. It's popped up into the middle. There were two Tigers there. Oh, they couldn't get it, and the Squids try to run it through. Now they got to look for some room. They've got some room to run up on the near side. He's got a lead on his man. That looks like Morgan. As he gets the ball up, he tries to kick it past him, and he's going to get out of bounds. That's not deliberate. I think he was just trying to get the ball in the space there. That was the number 8. That is Marcello. Don't have a last name for him, but he's tattooed and he's a nice guy. I met him before the game. So, boundary throw in the inside 50 forward pocket for Fort Lauderdale, trying to ice this game and the tournament as it's knocked forward by North Carolina up on the wing position. Good shepherd put in there by the opposite number 8. That's Ben Hess. As it comes out, there's the kick there by number 85. That's George Corus. Corus now as kicks it into the middle, but North Carolina will have it.
It's a Tigers free kick
And
here.
it is a Tigers free kick, so it'll come back.
Oh no, it's Squid's free kick.
Squid's free kick. All right.
Pointed the other way initially, but he's gone back. Number 16.
That is Jake Curtis. We called his name in the first game a bit. He'll kick. It's a line drive finger breaker, and it's knocked down and played out by North Carolina. The Tigers getting over it on the other side there as they try to clear it at least towards the boundary line. And did they find it? No, it's still in play. Got knocked backwards and still into the field of play, and now out into the middle.
Oh,
great mark.
Number 37.
For North Carolina, that is Tomislav Kodic. We've called his name a few times, and Kodic saves further damage. It's still a 15-point game, though. They got to go here.
Kodic has been playing up and down the ground.
He has been. He's done an absolute fantastic job as the ball is out on the outer wing position. North Carolina, the Tigers trying to at least give themselves a chance here. There's still plenty of time, about 5.5 minutes left.
Can the Tigers go end to end without the Squids touching it? That's the big question.
That's
here.
the big question. I mean, they've gotten some help from them as they go up there. Both men come down. The Tigers keep it. It's still over on that far side, and
taps it down. I think we've still got a contest
Still
here.
in
It's
there.
kicked out. No, he's played a free kick.
Free kick.
Holding to the North Carolina Tigers.
And this is going to be from about 30 meters. So this game is not over by any stretch of the imagination. With 5 minutes to go, a goal here cuts it to single digits.
You can see all the players tiring out there. Both sides are really starting to feel the effects.
It's been a long day, and just about everyone has been here since about 1 o'clock. The kick is up on the way.
Oh, shocking kick.
It is not a very good kick. In fact, I don't think that found anything. Nope. And in fact, it was a shank. And so here is the Squids who will clear it out of the back. Oh, that's a high contact, no call. It dribbles out to the near side, and it will go out of bounds. Some hard footy, some very hard footy there as Nick Camilleri, the captain, who played a very good game in the loss for North Carolina in the opener against New York earlier today. As the ball comes spinning back in, it gets knocked back. Little shovel hand pass there by the number 31. That's Andrew Wesh for North Carolina. They kick it up on the far side, and a good job of running that ball down and taking the mark in the back pocket. He's going to take his time and rest. No hurry. 4 minutes to go in the game. They come up to the near side. Oh, good diving mark. And again, that's this time it's 24, who we don't have. Had that problem in the first game. The kick is on, up, and almost another good mark defensively by Fort Lauderdale. And the ball is down, the ball is out, and we're going to have a...
the umpire wants to hit for a ball up.
Yep.
You can see the Squids are really trying to just tie it up. They don't want any more scores.
I mean, that's all you got to do. I mean, and it's definitely, I think it felt like it worked for you guys at the end of the Division I National Championship game last year when you took that lead and then just try and just keep the clock rolling. Again, no time on here, and just play as, just work the clock as best you can.
Yep.
Good spoil there, and North Carolina still has it. He's able to keep in. Oh, he's taken down. That's got to be, nope, he didn't call it a tackle, but he stood up and down he goes, and that's got to be holding the ball.
Holding the ball. It's a great effort there. He had 3 efforts at the ball. He just, in the end, he had nowhere to go. He hit a dead end.
Great effort, also a team effort on the Squid side to finally get that. As they kick that up, it lands down. It pops back to someone on the Squids, but we have contact and contest and a free kick.
The big number 20, the full forward.
That's Kuzner, who's been relatively quiet today in this game anyway, after being a pretty big part in that first game. So now they'll kick it on. The kick is inside 50. It's a low line driver over everyone, and
someone's taken the mark there for the Squids, right in front, about 20 metres out. Beautiful mark.
So this will pretty much lock up the game with a little more than 2 minutes to go.
Don't tell me that's not Kuzner, is it? He's run all the way down?
Well, Kuzner was playing in the forward line before. I think you're thinking of Regan, but I could be wrong. In any event, here's the kick. It's up on the way, and it looks like it's off to the side.
That's a point. I think Kuzner
Or
ran...
No, it is one. It is one behind. We need to help our goal umpire there. But it is a behind, 6-5-41. It's back to 16 points, a minute 45 to go in the game. And Fort Lauderdale is that far away from being the Eastern Regional Tournament 18s champions. As the ball comes back out into the middle again, the Squids trying to put some ice on it, and now the Tigers try and get it back out. Again, that's 24 in there for North Carolina. Oh, he hauls him down. The ball still with the Squids. It's a worm burner finger breaker, and it's kept in for now. Good job by the Squids forward pocket to keep that in on the side there, and they kick it up towards the goal, but it was defended initially.
It's kicked it through. It's a goal.
And it's kicked it through for a goal. Great job by the Squids to keep the play going, and if it wasn't over before, it is now with a minute to go. It's Fort Lauderdale 7-5-47, North Carolina 3-7-25. And you have to hand it to the Squids here, Andy. After a very tough game in the first match against New York, they've really handed it to North Carolina here.
I mean, they've run the game out. That's been the most impressive thing. They haven't given up. They played 8 quarters in a row. And this has been a solid finish too by the Squids.
Talking earlier with their coach, I mean, it's definitely a good effort. And I'll tell you what, as the lights start to come on here at Central Broward Park, the Tom Hecker, the president, was hoping for a good showing here from his team, and he got it today with 15 seconds to go. The Tigers, the Squids hanging on by 22 points as the ball is up on that forward side there, and still pushing forward, and it looks like the umpire is going to call a ball up. And that should just about do it.
The ball's actually come out here on the wing.
It is. But
that's the final siren.
But that is the final siren in any event, and that's it. So the Fort Lauderdale Fighting Squids have held serve here on home court. They've won both of the games they've taken today, winning this final match. The final scores: the Fort Lauderdale Fighting Squids 7-5-47, the North Carolina Tigers 3-7-25. Just a great performance all day by these Squids, Andy, and really this game, especially this last quarter, a fitting end to a great day of football.
It was a fitting end. It was really competitive there for most of the day. I think the scoreboard doesn't quite reflect how close that game was. The the Squids thoroughly deserve this, though. They've done really well and really played well this weekend.
They have, and that's they're going to have some tough games coming up over the course of the season. They're going to play Atlanta. They're going to play. I think they play Nashville at some point during the season. Baton Rouge. Those are Division IV opponents for the most part. But it really is I think, a statement win, especially. Look, you guys are a very tough team up there in New York, and really a statement effort by them this week. I know you're still kind of don't want to pour any salt in the wound, but and you guys played well this weekend as well. Just a great effort.
Not at all. I mean, look, whenever you beat New York, you definitely start to get some targets on your back, and I think Atlanta and then the rest of the teams that they played throughout the year are really going to be looking at that result and thinking, wow, the Squids certainly aren't a rollover here.
Yeah, well, they can go home and celebrate today. With a little bit later on, we'll of course have the after function. But it was an absolutely great day of footy here at Central Broward Regional Park, and it's been a beautiful day here at this beautiful stadium. We hope to come back here soon to cover and bring you some great footy. We hope you've enjoyed it today. For Dennis Ryan, for all of his thanks for doing camera, for the man Andy Brennan, who came up here after playing 2 full games of footy to help us with this and commentate. I'm Brian Barish. We'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Take care.